6 immigration and race-based college admissions. The U.S. Supreme Court handed down 2 huge victories for Texas today.
Tonight, we're taking an in-depth look at both rulings. How much did the state spend to block the president's immigration plan? And
what is the role of race and diversities at universities across Texas? We're about to get answers, beginning with KXAN's Chris Sadeghi.
This fall, Jacqueline Galindo will start at UT.
I had a lot of AP credits and dual credit as well.
And she studied hard to get there.
I was in the top 7%. I felt fairly confident, I'd like to hope.
Confident her grades would get her in. At orientation Thursday, hardly anything was spoken about affirmative action.
Not too much, but I've heard a couple of things, yeah.
But across the country, in Washington, the University of Texas won a Supreme Court ruling. The students they admit can be judged not only by grades and tests, but race.
It promotes learning and it breaks down stereotypes, which is a very important part of what we do.
UT can continue to use the admissions that help more minorities get a chance to learn on this campus. But others say some of those students might actually be hurt by affirmative action rather than helped.
While the intention was to help minorities, these studies suggest that, in fact, we're hurting minorities.
Thomas Lindsay with the Texas Public Policy Foundation says studies have shown students who, for whatever reason, end up at schools where they lag behind those around them have suffered, and says affirmative action might have the same effect.
Is the purpose of race-based affirmative action to help minorities, or is it to make us feel good about ourselves?
For worse or for better, nothing will change at UT thanks to the Supreme Court. From the UT campus, Chris Sadeghi, KXAN News.
And there are 2 ways students are accepted at the University of Texas. Maybe you've heard of the top 10% rule. At UT, it is the top 7%. Texas high school students who graduate in the top 7% of their class are guaranteed admission. For everyone else, it's what UT calls a holistic review that includes 9 different components. They include everything from your test scores to your essay and letters of recommendation to something the school calls special circumstances. Included in that is race and ethnicity, the crux of today's case.
Justice Anthony Scalia died before he could vote on this case, but comments he made while it was being argued back in December suggest he may have voted against affirmative action.
There are those who contend that it does not benefit African Americans to get them into the University of Texas where they do not do well, as opposed to having them go to a less advanced school, a slower track school where they do well.
Had Justice Antonin Scalia voted against UT, today's ruling would have been 4-4. A tie vote would have kept the school's admissions policies in place.